We continue to watch these markets this morning. Stocks plunged yesterday on renewed concerns about a regulatory crackdown on technology stocks, but also on growing worries of a trade war between the U.S. and China. David Kudla, Mainstay Capital Management CEO, is here. David, good morning.
Good morning.
Let's talk about this because Hank Smith from Haverford Investments, a frequent guest, he said, really, yesterday's sell-off had everything to do with China. We're underplaying the concern that investors have and analysts have about a trade war that's brewing. Are you concerned?
I'm concerned about a looming trade war. I think what we've seen so far, though, actually are more trade skirmishes than an actual trade war. We had the steel and aluminum tariffs that were levied that we've seen concessions or a backing off in the exemption for Mexico and Canada until NAFTA is signed. Other countries, other companies might get some exemptions as well. But it does look like President Trump is determined to pick a fight with China over trade.
Well, actually, I wanted you to listen to what Jason Rotman said on Fox Business yesterday from Lido Advisors about that same issue and kind of how the president is playing into all of this. Listen.
I think we're not out of the woods yet with this trade deal. Obviously, Donald Trump knows what he's doing from a deal-making perspective. He doesn't want to wreck the economy, but he is kind of rocking the boat. The market was doing well, and he's kind of causing it to turn a little bit here.
David, he makes a fair point that this didn't have to happen, but President Trump has started this.
Yeah, President Trump is, as I said, it seems determined to pick a fight with China, the intellectual property issues that up to $60 billion in tariffs will be levied. But China came back with more of a symbolic tariff of $3 billion on agricultural products and wants to have trade talks. They seem determined to bring down the rhetoric, bring down the threat that this escalates into a much bigger trade war that has significant impacts on economies and stocks, for that matter. But certainly investors hate uncertainty, and it is creating uncertainty in the markets right now.
It certainly is. Look, and this week we may get another $60 billion in tariffs levied against the Chinese on Chinese goods. But this is already affecting U.S. companies. I mean, you talk about the pressure on Boeing and Caterpillar yesterday, two of the biggest losers. But what about your Nikes, your Starbucks, your Apples? I mean, these are companies that have more than 15% revenue from China. So this is a broader-based story now than just fruit and pork. This is now the largest American companies that could be in for big headwinds.
Yeah, and that is the concern, the uncertainty over how far will this go, how many products could be impacted. China's #1 trade partner is the U.S. Our #3 trade partner after Canada and Mexico is China. So a trade war that is even just focused on China and the U.S. would have a significant impact on regional and global economies eventually, and an impact on markets.
Right. All of this for the average investor is can be disconcerting to see these wild swings in the market. We'll see what today brings. David, thank you very much for getting up early. We appreciate it.
Thank you.